Hello guys, it's me, Kryptonite Vic, and we all know my upload schedule is terrible, but that is beyond the point. So I am making a video today talking about some recent events. Sorry if I look like a mess. I'm currently in the hospital, being all hospitalized, and I'll get to the reasoning for that in a bit. So it's going to be a serious video today, nothing really funny about it, although if you like satirical comedy, you crack some jokes about me. So I'll let's start off by saying I've always got kind of headaches and migraines from a really young age, and that's always annoyed me, but it's something I've always dealt with. And recently I've had some of the worst migraines I've ever had. I was just been after school holidays. On the last day of school holidays, I've been getting the blurry eye, which is a normal thing for me. And so I never really thought anything bad about it. I think last Saturday, which is about a week ago, I had the achy eyes. I've never really had achy eyes before. And then I had just headaches and stuff. And then we went to Brighton for a family trip, and that's where it all went popping off. So the average, I just kind of thought it was like travel sickness and migraine. So the average vomiting and kind of being just blurry eyes and having headaches and stuff, which is all normal. And then we went on a little trip to London to see some family, and I had a panic attack on the train while trying to vomit, and then I almost fainted. That was the first time I almost fainted. And then I was in London after getting out of the tube. I fainted, and then I had to get an ambulance. So that was fun. That was cool. Yeah. I've had to get in those weird arm squidgy things where they see the blood pressure, and the guy, apparently my mum kept on looking at the guy in the ambulance, saying he looked like Ewan McGregor. I think she fancied him a little bit. A little fun fact. And that was all fun, been having that. And then, you get on a couple of days later, still almost passing out and vomiting. So then what happens is I go to A&E on the Friday, which was about 4 days ago. Yeah, 4 days ago. And they give me some of those good drugs. They give me the good drugs, and they that helps me out. And we all think, oh, it's because they gave me some really strong headache migraine pills for adults and stuff because of how bad it is. And then we have an emergency kind of optician's appointment. So then we go to the opticians the next day, and it's all going swell. They say I'm 0.5 short-sighted in my left eye, so I don't really need glasses. But what they found was some kind of blood specks in my right eye, and then some weird thing in my left eye. So then they send me over to a eye specialist, which at the hospital I'm at now. And then what they do is that they were oh yeah, they did the same test 3 different times because they were all so puzzled by it. And then they found out it was some hemorrhaging, so it's little bits of blood, it's due to pressure in my eye. And then I just spend 2 days of waiting inside the hospital. And then eventually I get I never thought I'd be having to stay at the hospital. And then what happens is that then they go and they say, oh yeah, this and that, and then get some checks on me. And then they tell me to come back the next day because I'm really tired at this point. I just want to go home after so many days. And then I come back the next day at 10, and then they say, oh, we see the doctor, and then they take us to this little ward, and that's where we're spending most of our day. And then we find out that, oh yeah, you're staying overnight. And then I ended up having some needles in my arm and in my hand to get blood out for a blood test. and it's really annoying because so what they do is that they put a needle into like your vein, they preferably in your hands. So this is so that they can keep on putting like drugs and stuff into my hand, so easy access. So they failed on this hand, and then they failed on this hand, and then they tried on this hand again, which has really hurt, cause even though they're supposed to numb it, then they tried it here on this part of the arm. I don't really know if you can see it, somewhere around there. And you can see some bruising from the needles, and obviously you can see the blood there. And then I had an MRI scan of my brain, and then the whole thing was that, oh yeah, you're probably not going to get it today, you're probably not going to get it tomorrow. So then luckily we got it, and then and at 2 hours after my other one, they tell me to get it again, which is a bit suspicious. And so then, and then I wake up the next morning having a bunch of drugs in my system, and I'm feeling really terrible, which is banter. And then what ended up happening is my mum ended up telling me, cause she's I remember she was being a bit dodgy yesterday, obviously, because it's a big thing, and then everyone was being upset. And then what I found out today is that it's like a tumour, but it's a cluster. It's kind of like some blood vessels in my brain that are bleeding, and then that's causing pressure, and then that's hurting my right eye, and then that's what's causing other problems. So I'm going to miss out on so much, school, my drama, my football, missing out and seeing friends, and then, but you'd think it's a good thing, you're missing out on school. So I'm having an operation, which is, I don't know why I'm so upset about. They're going to have to shave off my hair, and they're having to cut off some of my skull. And then that'll be a long recovery. So, fortunately I'll have enough time, and I'll be able to do my end of year tests. That'll be fun. I'm gonna make a little video diary thing. See if people are interested in the journey of a boy. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna call this video. The journey of a boy with a brain tumor. We'll get those raking in those views. But that's about it, guys. Tell me if you're interested, or if you don't care, and that'll be it pretty much, guys. Just wanted to, express myself. Sorry that I look like an absolute mess, but quite frankly, I could not give a shite. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'll keep you updated, even if this video will get 1 view, I'll still do it. So, I'll see you in the next video. And by the way, guys, I have been recording on the videos on my camera, so I'm not giving up yet.